Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Los Angeles Lakers played the Golden State Warriors this evening, 5:30, and it's a nationally televised game. And to be honest with you, my hopes for this game aren't very high at all. The last game we saw was the Lakers just get flattened by Reggie Jackson, and then he talked about us afterwards. And to be honest with you, wasn't nothing I could say. I responded to it by basically saying, "You got it, bro." On to the next game because you can't talk to anybody when you put up that type of performance. All you can do is just tell them you'll see them next time and come back better. But at this point, the Lakers have a date with the Warriors, and to be honest, they've been struggling too. From what I just read, they have basically a bunch of players who are in a slump right now, all at the same time, including Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. You know what I say about that? When you're slumping, who do you need to see? The Lakers will get you right out of that slump. Our horrible defense won't close out you on any of your 3-point shots. So just go ahead and keep shooting them, and they'll fall eventually. So that's where we're at with that, man. This team is giving up, and as a fan, I'm close to about giving up on them too. I was dreading even making this video because I don't want to sit up here and a lot of people and tell them I'm looking forward to this game. After watching them play over these last several games, I'm not looking forward to anything other than the season ending and us blowing this dang thing up. But I'm sure you guys already know that. At this point, I will be looking at the Golden State Warriors to figure out if I still believe in them as the second best or best team in the Western Conference. Because to be honest with you, the more I see from Memphis, the more I believe that they can upset somebody. I don't think people are taking some of these other lower class Western Conference teams as seriously as they should. A team like Minnesota, for example, when fully healthy, have the pieces to knock your socks off. So you have to be very careful going up against these teams in the playoffs if you're one of those. And I look at Golden State with the slumps that they're going through, with the injury to Draymond and Wiseman not yet being back and all that stuff. I'm looking at the Golden State Warriors as a team that's somewhat vulnerable. And if they don't get healthy by the end of the season, I think they could be at risk, even though they're a very deep team. I do believe they could be at risk of getting upset in one of them first two rounds. So uh, they're going to have to snap out of that slump. And as I said, they got a great game that'll help them with that tonight because I'm pretty certain we won't do anything. A lot of times I try to have some upside in regards to watching the Lakers or saying, this could be the night. Obviously we've been in the not a 7-game losing streak, but we've lost 7 out of 8. And honestly, don't even remember what the last game was that we won. But I do remember not being happy after a recent W, and I think it was probably that one. And the reason why is because we had done all the things that we normally do, and just so happened to have those things work that night. But 99% of the time, they won't. I saw something just now that made me laugh. Austin Reeves' brother was tweeting that he doesn't see the games, and he sees why. This team is basically terrible, and I always paraphrase, no different now. But then he retweeted something someone else said, and they said 75% of the time, this team looks like they hate the game of basketball. They play as if they hate the game of basketball. So, I think that's, that sums it up. That's exactly what you see out there is a team that, for the majority of the time, look like they don't want to be out there with one another, look like they don't appreciate playing the game. And, I said something about appreciation yesterday, and I'm going to mention it again in regards to LeBron James, but also everybody else. Being in the NBA is a privilege at the end of the day. There's only, 400 spots out there. And when you have one, even when you're in situations like this, you got to remember that you're still living someone's dream. You're still doing what someone else would, cut their right arm off just to be a part of. So you got to appreciate that if you're in a situation such as the NBA or any other walk of life that is desirable. At the end of the day, yeah, you may be going through a tough time, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't the best time of someone else's life if they were to step into your shoes. So I try to bring that to the table as well. I just don't think that the Los Angeles Lakers have really been displaying that as of late, and that's it's understandable, I guess, when people are in situations that don't feel too good. You can't tell them something like that, but at the same time, it's like you would like some perspective to be shined upon these athletes to go out there and at least put forth the effort that respects the game. It's an embarrassment to be associated with things like quitting and to be associated with words like they didn't try or they mailed it in, or they don't appreciate the game, or things of that nature. But those are the things that people are saying about this roster. You know what I mean? And for this to be a Los Angeles Laker roster, it's an embarrassment to the city, and it's an embarrassment to what it is that we stand for as Laker Nation. And it's time that we start talking about it that way. You know, I listen to these analysts and things of that nature over these last couple of games. The way they talk about this team, I ain't never heard them talk about a Laker team like this. I've never heard them talk about a lot of different franchises, rosters this way in my lifetime. But to hear them talk about ours, one of ours, yeah, I don't see how Jeanie Buss brings anyone back. Honestly, I don't see how she does. You know, I've seen her blow things up for a lot less troubled. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not mistaken, there was another roster where she didn't bring anyone back. It was this last one with, Kuzma and those guys. The way we fizzled out in that first round, no one else returned but Bron and AD. And I can see her totally saying the same about this year. This is just, I just don't see how we can look at this and say, this is anything less than the worst thing that we could have possibly asked for. So, with that being said, the Golden State Warriors, there's no hope for me. I don't think we should be betting on this game in terms of if you're a Laker fan. I don't think you should expect them to come out and play well. I don't think you should think that a fire was lit under them, or that they were, somehow motivated by what Reggie Jackson said or any of that. They've had so many opportunities to show us that they have heart. And they do at random. Not when it seems like there's any motivation behind it. Just when they feel like it. On a random night in Charlotte, yeah, they want to play. Or a random game when they're going up against, say, the Rockets or something. They'll show up hard. But, like, as far as you coming out thinking that they're going to do something right now, no. No Laker fan with any sense is going to have any hope. Now, if they come out and win, haha, we're happy. I'll celebrate a victory, but I'm done having any hope in this team. No. The hope I have is that we'll blow it up. And I think that most people feel the same way. So I'm rolling with that. And, Golden State Warriors, hey, man. Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, they're all going to get a lot of shots tonight. Expect big stars to play big. I know Steph has been in this slump, but I just don't see him slumping against us because we're not going to defend him. Small ball, all that means Kuminga, easy buckets. Expect Kuminga to have a fantastic game. A guy like Moses Moody, I'll be looking for him to see if he gets some minutes out there. He's somebody I like a lot on this roster. Who else? I know that GP2 will not be out there tonight. As I said, Draymond won't be as well. THT didn't play in the last game. They said that he's possible for this evening, day-to-day. Who knows? LeBron James is questionable as well. So I expect to see him out there, but for how long, I do not know. Will they shut him down? That will be the question. So that's what we got, man. Sorry for being so pessimistic, but I listen to everybody talk about the Lakers. It's the same energy. And no one is feeling not only the record, but the effort. See, it's one thing to see a team fail, right? Or to see a team just be inept and they suck. Okay, that's fine. But this is a team being led by the greatest player, arguably of all time. It's an argument. And for a team to be led by a player this great, and for it to look this inept, and to have so little hope seem to come out of him and the team itself, it just really makes you understand that this is a different type of special. You know how people say, wow, this is a special group? This is the opposite of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a uniquely inept group. This is an especially historically bad group. And you take a second and you live in that moment and understand that you are a fan of such a team. You know what I mean? Like, these teams don't come around too often where they're this much of a disappointment. This is some really, really, really historic stuff, man. Like, I'm being real with you. And the Lakers, we've seen it all, man. You think about some of the stuff like a Laker fan my age, the type of things that we've seen over the last 25 years, 30 years. This is yet another one. Like, if we were to just write a book about how it feels to be a fan from season to season to season, you would realize we've lived extraordinary lives as Laker fans. We're not just these fans who have all this attitude about our team. You look at some of the seasons we've rooted through. Like, just go through our history and see not only what was going on the court, but what was going on off the court that was affecting the team and how things were going. Even seeing how things were going with the Clippers down the hall and the whole situation with Sterling. I mean, we've been through so many different eras. And this one is like yet another one. Yet another incredibly ridiculously, what's the word? Like, you shine a bright light on a story like that. That's what I'm trying to say. It just garners so much damn attention. So, yeah, that's that, man. This LeBron James thing is not going the way we thought it would, but yet and still, he doesn't walk away saying that he didn't win a championship. He will look up and see that 2020 banner, and you will know that he helped bring that. And that's his saving grace. That is his saving grace. Because if they put up banners for ineptitude, we would be tossing one up there for this here squad. No question about it. We would put a banner up for worst Laker team ever. Oh, man. Yeah, that's where we at with it. So, obviously going up against the Golden State Warriors, you just expect to get blown out. Probably by more than 25, 30 points. That's how pessimistic I am, man. And I'm a real fan. That's the thing about it. I'm not sitting here saying I'm rooting against the team. I'm right here. I'm right here. But these are the times, man. So, yeah, fans, hopefully I'm wrong. Hey, it's time for us to have a fantastic superstar game from a guy like Austin Reeves and Malik Monk. Maybe they'd come out there and give us that. Who knows? This is the type of game where someone steps out of themselves. I'm looking for a guy like Wenyen Gabriel to get some minutes. And see, that's another thing. Will the coach allow such a thing, or will he get in the way? Avery Bradley's probable tonight. Does that mean he'll come back and get all the minutes? Most likely that's the case. So all these young players have been enjoying those minutes and being able to run free. No, sir. Nah, Avery Booker's back, baby. You already know how this coach views him. You already know. So that's what I'm calling him, Avery Booker. He's not Avery Bradley. That's Devin Booker in Frank Vogel's eyes. Don't get it twisted. So he's going to play him with that kind of minutes in mind. But anyway, that's what I got, man. I'm done joking. This game starts at 5:30. I'm expecting to get slaughtered. I don't think we'll win. Even if we get close, we'll still find a way to lose. We're not going to board. We're not going to do any of the things you want to see. We're not going to defend. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of missed shots. Russell Westbrook's going to have the ball in his hands. He hasn't been turning it over lately, but I'm pretty sure he's going to miss a hell of a lot of shots if he takes them. This is the commentary, baby. This is what it is. When you come on here and talk about the Lakers and what you expect to see, you ain't going to say nothing positive. No, sir. Not this year. Nah, that's not where we at. No. Expect to see small ball. I expect to see missed layups. I expect to see standing around, moping, heads hanging. That's Laker ball 2020, 2021, 2022. Don't get it twisted. That is who we are. We have lost a lot of games in a row. I think 8 games below 500. I think 1 game above the Pelicans, and they're knocking on the door. Since that CJ trade, that dude has been playing like an MVP, and they've been playing great. BI is healthy. Good luck, Lakers. Y'all keep playing around like this can't be a situation where you give that very same Pelican team a great player out of this draft, because that's who's getting your pick. Just trust and believe. Every loss you have is a smile on their face. Believe that. They got Zion issues, but trust you me, they're going to be just fine because of us. And that stupid AD trade. So anyway, that's what I have to say. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.